My boss sabotaged my presentation to steal my promotion, so I let the CEO hear everything. I sat frozen as my boss Tom presented my marketing strategy to our CEO, the same strategy he'd called unrealistic garbage yesterday when I practiced it for him. Now he was taking credit for every idea slide by slide while I watched from the back row. What he didn't know, I was recording everything. 2 years at Stepsisters, and I'd finally created something revolutionary, a social media strategy that could double our engagement rates using AI and micro-influencer partnerships. The kind of idea that gets people promoted, the kind Tom desperately needed after 3/4 of declining results. This looks incredible, our CEO Julia said, genuinely impressed. Tom, I had no idea you were this innovative. Tom smiled, avoiding eye contact with me. I've been working on this concept for months. I felt sick, not just because he was stealing my work, but because I'd trusted him. I'd shown him my presentation yesterday for feedback, and he'd systematically dismantled it. The budget is unrealistic, the timeline is fantasy. I can't let you embarrass yourself. I'd spent all night revising, only to arrive this morning to find my name removed from the presenter list. Change of plans, Tom had whispered. Julia wants senior leadership, only I'll mention your contribution. He never did. As everyone filed out after a standing ovation, I stayed behind numb. My phone was still recording. I'd started it instinctively when Tom began speaking. 3 years of working under him had taught me to document everything. That's when Julia walked back in, having forgotten her tablet. Caroline, right, you are on Tom's team? I took a deep breath. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you something about the presentation you just saw. She checked her watch but nodded. What if I told you Tom didn't create that strategy? Her expression hardened. That's a serious accusation. I pulled out my phone. I have proof. 2 recordings, part yesterday when he told me my strategy was garbage, and today when he presented it word for word as his own. She hesitated, then sat down. I am listening. I played both recordings. The first, Tom tearing apart my ideas, calling them career suicide. The second, Tom presenting those exact ideas to her with pride. Her face transformed from skepticism to shock to something like fury. Send these to me now. She tapped her email address into my phone. And Caroline, be in my office tomorrow at 9 a.m. That night, Tom called me 6 times. I let them all go to voicemail. His text grew increasingly desperate. We need to talk. It was a miscommunication. I was going to split the credit. The next morning, I arrived at Julia's office to find Tom already there, pale and sweating. Julia didn't waste time. Tom's being transferred to our Detroit office effective immediately. We need someone to lead the digital team here in New York. She slid a contract across the desk. The position comes with a 40% salary increase and your own office. Tom stood up, face contorted. This is ridiculous. She's not qualified, actually. Julia cut him off. According to your own presentation yesterday, she's exactly qualified. Since they were her ideas, as I signed the contract, Julia added. I value innovation, Caroline, but I value integrity more. 3 months later, my micro-influencer strategy launched. It didn't just double our engagement, Parent, it tripled it. I got my own corner office with a view of Central Park. Tom's desk in Detroit faces the bathroom. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, Parent, it's letting people hear the truth in stereo.